It was a regular evening in Pune, a city known for its thriving IT sector, prestigious educational institutions, and lively atmosphere. People were going about their daily lives, unaware that on this very night, a crime so brutal would take place that it would leave the entire nation in shock. A young woman, full of dreams and aspirations, was making her way home after a long day. Like many others, she had hopes for a better future and the right to live safely in her own city. But on this unfortunate night, something happened that no one could have imagined. As she walked down a relatively quiet road, a car slowed down beside her. At first, she didn't think much of it, but within seconds, her life changed forever. A group of men inside the car had been watching her, waiting for the right moment. Before she could react, they forcefully pulled her inside and sped away. That night, she went through something no one should ever experience. A horrifying crime was committed, one that would shake the conscience of the entire country. Hours later, she was found abandoned, left in an unimaginable state of pain and trauma. But she was strong. She survived, and she decided to fight for justice. The next morning, news of the crime spread like wildfire. Media channels, newspapers, and social media were flooded with outrage. People were angry, heartbroken, and demanding immediate action. This wasn't just another crime. It was a clear sign of the deep-rooted problems in our society regarding women's safety. The police acted swiftly. Investigators started gathering evidence, analyzing CCTV footage, and speaking to witnesses. Within a few days, they had solid leads. The suspects were identified and arrested. The entire city watched as the case unfolded, hoping for swift justice. The courtroom battle began. The prosecution presented undeniable evidence, medical reports, forensic analysis, and CCTV footage that showed the victim being taken. The victim herself stood in court, bravely recounting the horror she had faced. It wasn't easy, but she knew she had to do it, not just for herself, but for every other woman who had been through something similar. The defense tried to counter, looking for loopholes, trying to delay the proceedings. But this time, the nation was watching closely. There was immense pressure for a fair and speedy trial. Protests erupted across the country. People took to the streets, holding placards, lighting candles, and demanding justice. Social media campaigns started trending, with millions of voices speaking up. Celebrities, activists, and politicians joined in, making it clear that they would not let this case be forgotten. Days turned into weeks, and then finally, the court announced its verdict. The accused were found guilty. The judge's words echoed through the courtroom as he delivered the sentence. Justice had been served, but was it enough? The real question remained: how do we prevent this from happening again? After the case, many discussions took place about women's safety. Laws were questioned. People debated whether stronger punishments would act as a deterrent. But beyond legal actions, one thing became clear: change needed to happen at a societal level. Women have the right to feel safe, no matter where they are or what time it is. The responsibility does not lie on women to be careful, but on society to create an environment where such crimes do not happen in the first place. Parents must educate their children about respect. Schools should teach young boys about consent. Authorities must ensure that laws are enforced strictly. This is not just the story of one woman. It is the story of countless others who never got justice, whose voices were silenced. It is a reminder that safety is not a privilege, it is a right. But real change will only come when people stop treating crimes against women as just another news story and start taking action in their own communities. Every individual has a role to play. Speak up against harassment. Support survivors. Demand better laws and stronger enforcement. Do not stay silent, because silence only protects criminals. What do you think needs to change to make our society safer? Let's start a conversation. If you believe in justice and change, share this video, spread awareness, and take a stand. Together, we can build a world where no one has to live in fear.